Ellie Fiorentini.
BBC Radio York.
Now, a team from North Yorkshire is part of a convoy of about 80 vehicles which are making their way to Gaza. The ambulance left York at the beginning of December to take humanitarian aid to the people living there. They're now at Aqaba in Jordan. Let's catch up with them, the team of Heather and Steve Stroud, Mike Gwilliam and Nicholas Hall. Of course, we've been hearing from Nicholas Hall on Drive throughout the week on BBC Radio York about his work in Jordan. Nicholas, good morning and happy Christmas to you.
Oh, good morning, Ellie, and happy Christmas to you and to all the people of York.
Absolutely. We've had many messages from people saying, how are they getting on? Now, you're in Aqaba in Jordan. You're at the Egyptian embassy. Tell us a little bit about that.
No, that's not true. Later we'll talk about the Egyptian embassy because we would like people to get in touch with them. No, we're waiting at the port of Aqaba, waiting for a ferry.
Oh, right, OK.
The ferry is to take us to Sinai in Egypt, and so from there we can motor north to El Arish.
OK, so how much longer have you got to wait for the ferry?
Well, this is the point that we don't know, we're getting mixed messages from the Egyptian authorities. We understand that there's no problem getting the aid into Gaza, the Gaza Strip, through Rafah, which is the crossing at the border between Egypt and Gaza. But for some reason, the authorities are not letting us on board the ferry. So it's a setback, but we're still actually ahead of our original schedule. So we just are keen to go. Really, yes, got this aid that the whole people of York have contributed to. We had tremendous support before we left, and we are wanting to get it there. And the thing I want to really emphasise, Ellie, is that we've driven 3,000 miles, and it's been like a snowball, excuse the metaphor, but we have gained in strength, both physically, so we're now up to 130 vehicles, starting out from London with 70, and 500 people on board this convoy, and from 17 different nationalities. It's fun. It is tremendous camaraderie. What we have received along the way has really been encouraging us, because people have come out in appalling conditions sometimes, rain, snow, come down to the motorways in the middle of the night to wave and cheer us on, wave Palestine flags, wave their own national flags. And they've come up to us as we've been walking around town, because we've got this very characteristic T-shirt showing our route and showing Viva Palestina, long live Palestine. And they're saying, oh, please take our prayers, please take our good wishes, please take... and sometimes they give a little money, sometimes they've given gifts, toys for... there was a grandmother at Thessaloniki in Greece who had just bought for her granddaughter a bag of toys and things. And when she heard what we were doing, on impulse, she said, there, take it to a child in Gaza. I can get something else for my granddaughter. Do you see what I mean, Ellie?
Absolutely. So as you've been travelling through the different countries, different people have also joined your convoy as well. Yes.
Like I say, it feels stronger all the time. But above all, I think what I just want to get across is we feel a strong wind of support from our friends and family back home in Britain, and also from the York community, remembering we had a good civic send-off with the Lord Mayor. And what we want to do is just say, could you please make this one effort of contacting the Egyptian embassy and the Foreign Office, as really today, if you can. There is an emergency phone number for the Egyptian embassy, and I'll give it in a moment. What we want people to do is urge the Egyptian government to let our convoy through. Simply humanitarian aid. That's all we're about.
OK, do you want to give that number very quickly?
Yes, please. 07531 419 393.
Okay, so are you there with the rest of the convoy there?
Yeah. Yes, I was going to say the tone to Egypt must be polite and respectful, but very simple, what we really need, for the sake of the people of Gaza.
Okay. Is Mike Gwilliam next to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we have a quick word with Mike?
Yes, well, he's going to quote from the passport that he's holding in his hand.
Hello, Mike.
Hello, Ellie.
Hello.
Yes,
have you? Sorry, it was just first of all because I know your wife is listening this morning. I've got a message for her.
Yeah, happy Christmas. I've already wished her one, but I'm happy to wish it again, and all my grandchildren too. I'm thinking of my little grandchild, Jessica. I've got 3 grandchildren who I've got a picture of her on my mobile phone, dressed up as Father Christmas. And I want to wish really a lovely Christmas for all my 3 grandchildren.
Oh, fantastic. Can you just tell me a little bit more about the humanitarian aid that you're actually taking into Gaza? What kind of things is the convoy taking?
Well, the convoy has got a fantastically good stock of medical medicines, basically, taking in. We've packed our ambulances as much of that as we can. But we've also got medical equipment. For example, in the York ambulance, there's a defibrillator, which, as you know, is used for emergency heart attacks and so on. We've got a dialysis machine, which actually my wife donated, actually, and There's all sorts of things in the main ambulance. I mean, they've got stretchers and beds and all sorts of bed linen, practical equipment. We took some forceps, some scissors and so on, simple things as well as complicated things, because the need is very for basic things like blankets. In Jordan, a friend of ours donated some more blankets and so on. So what's been wonderful is the range of responses. And this is all, as Nick emphasises, all humanitarian medical aid. That's our entire focus. And what we're saying above all is, please, Egypt, help us to help them.
Have you got any reason why Egypt is not letting you through?
No, I hope it's a misunderstanding. We haven't heard directly why, but, we're not naive about it. We suspect there is politics in there, and there's all sorts of pressures, frankly, from other people, and you can guess who I'm thinking about. And what we need is for the British people, the people of York, to put their pressure on, say, support this humanitarian effort. And I think that's the key thing. I think pressure really will matter on this one.
And that is the key to it. You are just there to take this convoy of over, about 130 vehicles. You are taking humanitarian aid.
Absolutely, and this is an international, worldwide effort. And if I can just say one other thing, last night we were at a meeting, and I remember that George Galloway said, when last the British, Turks and Arabs were all in Aqaba, at the time of Lawrence of Arabia, we were enemies. Now we are friends, united in our common cause to help the people of Gaza. And that's a message I'd like to give to the people of York this Christmas. So please do help us. On my passport, I've got it here, it says, Our Britannic Majesty's Secretary of State requests and requires that to allow the bearer to pass freely without let or hindrance. And that's what we're asking the Egyptians and the help we have the British government to achieve. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Is Heather with you?
No, Heather isn't. Heather's a little bit unwell today, but she's being well looked after.
OK, then, that's fine.
I'm sure I'll pass on your good wishes to her. I'm sure she'll be delighted. All
right, then. I'm sure that we'll talk to you again. When are you due? Well, you've got no idea now, but when are you supposed to get to Gaza?
We hope to get to Gaza the day after tomorrow. So we're still on schedule, as Nick said. But, we knew we may have to wait. But we don't want to wait. We want to help these people in Gaza now. They need the help straight away.
OK, and remind us because you're actually you're doing lots of tweeting, aren't you, on Twitter?
We're trying to, yes. I'm very bad at it personally. Between the two, we recover it. I'm a bit of a techno freak. But anyway, that's the fact. We're doing all we can.
OK.
We will, you say, and thank you so much for publicising this, Ellie. We will continue to send you more messages. This is getting to the critical point now, the convoy.
OK,
so we will have a story to tell. So,
OK, well, please keep us up to date and try and have a lovely, lovely Christmas. All right.
Nick, thanks. Bye very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks,
now. Bye-bye. So that's the team from North Yorkshire, Heather and Steve Stroud, Mike William and Nick Hall. You heard there, they set off from London, a convoy of 70. They're now an international humanitarian aid convoy of about 130 lorries that are actually helping. And as you heard them say there, it is to give and to take humanitarian aid to those who are living in Palestine. So the Egyptian Embassy, if you feel passionate enough about, I will give you this number again, 07531 419 393. That's 07531 419 393. And I'm sure whatever you think, and setting everything aside, setting all your beliefs aside, wherever you are in the world, I suppose you'd like to think, I'd certainly like to think, whatever I think, whatever I believe, whatever my politics are, I'd like to think that if I was in trouble and somebody was actually coming to bring me some aid and things from other people to try and help me, I'd like to think that it would be able to get through wherever I was in the world. And that's setting aside all the political issues. It really doesn't matter. The aid probably does. In fact, the aid does. So good luck to all of them.